Right, let's go inside City Hall and talk about a motion put forward this week that deals with the budget process. Specifically, it deals with how the budget is presented and voted upon at City Council. I want to take a minute first, though, to talk about the governance model at the City of Winnipeg. I admit that on a regular basis, I will put motions forward trying to change the budget process or trying to change how the City Council operates today. The current model that we're working under, it's called the Big Mayor model, doesn't work. It's broken. There isn't one across the country. This is the only place with that model. And it's undemocratic. It needs to change. It's not because I want the headlines. It's not because I want to be seen as the opposition. It's because we need to make that change because the city is failing in a number of areas. We have a great city. We have so much potential, and we could really do some amazing things, but we're struggling right now. And I think that's because of the way our governance model is working. And that's why no other city across Canada has it any longer. Quick update on what that governance model looks like, or explanation. The mayor goes out and handpicks his executive policy committee. The executive policy committee makes more money on their salary, and they get more expenses that they can use while they're on city council. The mayor then selects a deputy mayor and an assistant deputy mayor. Those people then make up the budget working group. They also make up a pseudo extended EPC, if you will. Now, if you go back in time and you look at the controversial motions that one individual wanted put through, you will see that it wins with a vote of 9-7. Now, if it's a motion that another councillor puts forward that doesn't meet the standards of that group or wasn't passed by the mayor, first of all, it is defeated by a vote of 9-7. That means 7 wards, almost half the city of Winnipeg, is not represented when we are casting ballots or doing the budget. So the Big Mayor model, EPC, isn't working for us. We need to change that and get down to business and get things happening in our city. In fact, just quickly, I ran into a former mayor, the mayor who took over after Susan Thompson. We were having a lovely chat in the lobby, and I had just said we got into some other politics issues, and I said, well, why didn't you just get rid of EPC? You had the chance. And the answer was, oh, you get more done. You can run your agenda. You have the votes. You have this. You have that. That's why this system needs to go. Not for me, not for media attention, not for anything other than it doesn't work for our city. This motion going forward, all the other motions I've put forward to EPC, talking about the governance model or trying to make the budget process inclusive, despite what they're saying in the news today about what this budget process is, it's just shocking on a PR stunt. But really getting into the meat and potatoes of what we should be doing when we're here, and that's working together, making this city better, making sure that our finances are in good order, because they are not. I can assure you our finances are in trouble, and we'll talk more about that in a little while. But this motion is asking the EPC to approve a budget process when voting at council that will highlight each department according to their executive policy committee. We have different standing policy committees. And it will then have items underneath that are specific to the budget that have been increased, and they will have items that have been decreased within that department. We just need the highlights. There's not many of them, and we do this at City Council on a regular basis. Every time there's a standing policy committee meeting, they might have 15 items on there, and you would vote from 1 to 15. But councillors could take out, I want to talk about 2, 5, 10, 12, and those get taken out, and you have a discussion about them. You can share your feelings about them. Excuse me. But in the budget process, you don't have that opportunity. So that's what we're trying to create with this motion, is the ability to pull something out and talk to it, and then we can vote on it once again, and we can make our feelings known about a specific item. Because what happens today is right after the vote on the budget, almost automatically, somebody will start a social media campaign saying that these people voted against transit. This person voted against handy transit. This person voted against oxygen, because it's put into one package. So they could have 90 things in the budget that are, or let's say it has 60 things in the budget that are great and 40 that are bad. Really bad. Like one of the 40 is you're not allowed to breathe outside between this hour and that hour. Something silly like that. You have to vote on that. So if you like the idea of improving services, extending library hours, but you don't like the idea of increasing fees here or increasing fees there, you have to make your decision. And I don't think that's democratic. Nor do I think it's fair, nor does it recognize the good. There are some good things in our budgets. So I'm hoping, now that this motion has been tabled, that the mayor and EPC will take an opportunity to sit back and say, let's start changing. In the private sector, it would be easier because you can get rid of certain executives that aren't doing their job and change the culture. Here, we have to do it in baby steps right now. We just have to do it in baby steps right now.